Hey Halloween fans and monster lovers, welcome back to yet another installment of Creepy Cheapies, also known as Dr. Lady's Affordable Mask Recommendations. I'm the Duke of Edinburgh, and tonight's mask comes from a company called Horror Dome, and it's called Eric Austin the Morning After Mask Fest. Give me a second to write that down. Now, it's spelled just like it sounds. Now, the reason I like it is because, you see, it has this very authentic air of general dishevelment about it. It has this look of being sort of confused and lost and glassy-eyed, sort of discombobulated and bewildered and befuddled, sort of worn out, beat down, exhausted, you see. Now, you might want to wear this mask with a Mask Fest t-shirt, perhaps decorated with a little bit of beer and vomit. And it, hang on just one second. Let me check my notes. I want to be sure I got that name right. Where are my notes? I usually write my notes with invisible ink, but I didn't see any invisible ink around. So I used invisible paper this week. Oh, there they are. Duh, sorry. Check my notes here. Ah, okay. Sorry, my mistake. I got the name a little bit wrong. The actual name of it is Bloody Psycho. That's right, Bloody Psycho. Come on, it was an honest mistake, don't you think? Apologies. Bloody Psycho. Now, this guy, again from Horror Dome, I think one of the creepier and scarier and more disturbing and alarming looking masks from the grand old year of 2012. And one thing I like about this guy, as you can see, he's very hairy. He's got this big long beard that's very unique in the world of zombie masks, very unusual. He reminds me of, well, a couple of movie characters actually. He reminds me of Professor Ayers, who I assume is probably related to David Ayers, the very talented makeup artist and one-time mask maker. Professor Ayers from the 1981 Italian movie Burial Ground, the old professor who causes the zombies to come to life somehow, who lets the zombies out of the tombs at the beginning and then comes back as a zombie himself later. Reminds me of that character, but it reminds me even more of George Eastman, whose real name was Luigi Montefiore. Reminds me even more of George Eastman as Anthropophagus the Grim Reaper. Remember Anthropophagus the Grim Reaper? It's an Italian movie from 1980, and in that one, George Eastman played this sort of crusty-faced ghoul that had this greenish complexion, pardon me, and this deathly weird expression on his face, although he tended to show more teeth. He tended to kind of do that, the big toothy thing, but he did have the receding hairline and the beard. It kind of reminds me of that character. And by the way, just FYI, people think that Anthropophagus 2, which is also known as Monster Hunter or Absurd, was a direct sequel to Anthropophagus, which was also known as the Grim Reaper. But it really isn't. It was a different character. They were both played by Luigi Montefiore, better known as George Eastman. But in the first one, the character who looked more like this, who was sort of a ghoul, was named Klaus Weltman, which, thanks to mistranslations in certain English language prints, was sometimes mistranslated as either Waldman or Boardman. Subtitle people, you know. But it was Klaus Weltman, and in Anthropophagus 2, also known as Monster Hunter, the character was Miko Stenopoulos, and he didn't have the sickly-looking complexion. He had, well, whatever you would call the complexion of Luigi Montefiore. Normally, that's what he looked like in the second movie. But anyway, this is such a versatile mask that I think if you have any sort of haunted attraction, or the haunted hayride, the haunted house, the haunted anything, you should pick one of these up, and here's why. You can use him for so many different types of characters. Obviously, he looks like a zombie, so he would fit in with any generic Walking Dead zombie cannibal flesh eater type scenes. He could also be one of the crazy hillbillies in that kind of scene, in a more of a Texas Chainsaw, Hills Have Eyes, Wrong Turn. He could be one of those type of characters. He could be the crazy old hermit who lives in the woods and eats people. He would make a smashingly great pirate if you had a zombie pirate scene, or pirate zombies. He'd be great for that with a pirate costume on. He would also make a really good sort of medieval era evil sorcerer or evil knight. That's knight with a K, by the way. Who's conducting some terrible black magic ritual and drinking the blood of the sacrifice and all that. There are a lot of different scary characters and scary scenarios where this mask would fit in. And as you can probably tell, it's on a piece of PVC pipe right there, wrapped in black tape. But as you can probably also tell, it is a full head mask. Let me get the beard out of the way here for you a little bit. Full head mask with full neck and bib in front and back. It is slit up the back, but he's got so much hair on there that it completely doesn't show. It's completely concealed. So great mask, I think. Very realistic and very creepy and fun too. And just the thing to frighten everybody at Halloween. And I should also say a word about the hair, at least on the copy I have here. A lot of times mass-produced masks, I think, suffer from the hair because they use that plasticky Kanekalon stuff. This one has very real-looking, very natural-looking hair, much better than that stuff. I'm not sure exactly what kind of hair it is, but it looks good, and the whole mask looks good. And like I said, if you have any kind of a haunted attraction, you should probably invest in a Bloody Psycho from the Horror Dome. And we'll see you again next time. Night! Have a beautiful time!